welcome to day 3. So we had our breakfast and we are ready to explore a little more of North Goa. We have a lot of things lined up. Hopefully it doesn't rain. Touch wood. So now it's only Sri and I who is going out because we have some people who are working. Happy staycation.
Thank you.
We are going to roam around. We'll take pictures and we'll send you. Bye.
Calamity. God it.
So we have reached Ashwin Beach and we just found a cute little cliff here and it looks really pretty from here. That is what we just showed you. Such a nice place to be and spend your quality time. Ashwin Beach is one of the few beaches left in Goa that is yet to be discovered by the mainstream tourist crowd. The stunning beach offers its visitors an endless expanse of pearly white sands complemented well by the beautiful waves of the Arabian Sea. The Google map that shows Gorgon Beach is not right, so just type Bora Bora instead of Gorgon Beach and it will take you to this place. It is nice but a little dirty because of all the trash that people have put around. See, all that is trash. Next, we were headed to the Chapora Fort, which is famously called Dil Chahta Hai Fort. This fort earlier had rough patches that made it difficult to hike. However, now proper trails and roads are laid down for travelers like us. Vendors also stream alongside these carpeted roads, selling their offerings to satisfy your midday hunger for food, juices, and water. Fort. This is a really beautiful location. It has the ruins of Chapora Fort. This is just overlooking the Chapora river as well. And one more major tourist attraction is because the Dil Chahta Hai movie was shot here. Upon reaching the hilltop, you will witness the wider expanse of fort brimmed with youngsters or the newlywed couples wanting to explore an adventurous time on their honeymoon. But there are few things that make the place inappropriate for elderly people, like the rocky steps and imperfect staircase. The fort overlooks the Chapora river and is only 700 meters away from the Vagator beach. So whenever you're nearby, try and manage your time to enjoy both of these tourist attractions. Remember the pristine narrow roads lined with palm trees on either side of the Deer Zindagi fame? That's the Para road for you. Lined with palm trees and overlooking fields on both sides, this road that you'd often have spotted in films and TV series like 4 More Shots Please is off the main highway. It is one of the prettiest, most picturesque roads in Goa. Stark, stern and yet with a glamorous charm all its own, the Mère de Dieu or the Mother of God Church is a breathtaking sight. However, we couldn't get inside because the renovation was going on. What's your lunch, Sri?
An awesome lunch.
I actually didn't enjoy much of the Goan cuisine, to be really honest, but here It tasted so good. Now we're going to Diwar Island. So there is a lot to see there. It's also penny tasting. A lot that is curated by Soul Travels in Goa. We have Joshua with us. He'll be taking us to different places in Diwar Island. And we are really excited because we're on a ferry right now. It is one of those islands in Goa that is not connected by roadways. So you definitely have to take a ferry ride on each day. So that's another plus point here. We got lucky when we experienced the magic of the not yet commercialized Diwar Island. This island has a rich history dating back to a time when it was a home to a large section of the Indians, especially of Konkani descent. There are very less people here, is it?
Not really, no. So the total population will be 3,000 people.
Okay.
And the island also is not very big. It's 5 square kilometers in area.
Okay. People fled the island and old Goa areas due to a dreadful plague epidemic and the Portuguese invasions during that era. The Our Lady of Piety Church lies atop a hill offering panoramic views and is situated at the site of an ancient Hindu temple which is believed to have been destroyed in the late 15th century. To the south side of the church, remnants of the Kadamba era are still present. In a tiny walled cemetery, there is a chapel enclosed which is believed to have been converted from a former Hindu shrine. It is believed that a captain of a sinking ship vowed that he would donate the ship's bell to the first village or town that his vessel touched if he were to survive his fate. He safely touched the island of Diwar. Living up to his promise, he donated the bell to the church of Diwar. But every time the bell was struck, it shattered the windows of the church and the houses in the vicinity, and so the bell was exchanged with that of Saint Cathedral. We also stopped by to have a glimpse of the High School of Diwar.
So this is the Konkan Railway that runs through the island.
Okay.
Maybe we'll be going underneath over there. There's a bypass. And if you go in this direction, you get the bridge. That's it.
This is the one we saw there?
Yeah, this is the Silveshwar temple.
Okay.
So remember I said, so this is part of the ruins. So this used to be first the temple tank.
After exploring the Diwar Island to the fullest by visiting the historic churches, Saptakoteshwar temple ruins, etc., we were headed to meet a local person from the village at his own home. This place is called the Moradia dos Quadros, which is owned by Mr. Nevis, who himself is a great experience for all Diwar Island visitors. We had a lifetime experience of walking through the fields and jumping into a man-made lake for a clay bath. Swimming here as well as thrusting our legs at least 1 feet down the silica clay beneath us was indeed a lifetime experience. The Ayurvedic mud bath with the clay containing several minerals like sulfur, zinc, etc. was so refreshing and fun.
Welcome to Moradia. Welcome to Feni tasting. Welcome to clay bath. Welcome to Eco Dream Lake where I used to have clay bath in my childhood and now I'm calling you and you have enjoyed. What's your name, ma'am?
Sanjana.
Sanjana had, and what about your name?
Shrikant.
Shrikant, both S. Sanjana and Shrikant, both S had clay bath and now they're going for Feni. That's known as blind Feni tasting. All the names are written that side. You can't read the names and you'll be doing a Feni tasting now.
So we're
What-
gonna guess the names.
Yeah, you're gonna get to guess the names and we'll give you a prizes. You can see the chocolate box of chocolates here.
Yeah.
There's a box of chocolates here for prizes for you. It's like Kaun Banega Crorepati, KBC.
Oh,
If you
wow.
answer one correct, you get one chocolate here. Not now. If you answer correctly, we'll see how much you Divar Island, Goa, welcome.
Yes.
Viva Chennai, Viva Chennai, and Viva Anna. And what we have to call you? Anna is for men. What we have
Akka.
to- Akka, Akka. Viva Akka, Viva Anna. Bye-bye.
So how you do it is basically, you first take the aroma of it, okay, and then you put it into your mouth, sip it, swish it in your mouth around, and swallow it. That's how you get the taste. Wait for the aftertaste and try it. So now just this taste. This is just plain now. Taste go next. So remember what I said. Take the smell first and keep it in your mouth for a while. Okay. So inhale the coffee so that you can reset the olfactory receptors, and use a bit of water then in your glasses for swishing it out the taste from the previous one. Choose any one of these 7 for both of your taste. This one, right?
I just
Pick the nice one.
it's all spices.
All spices. Already you notice it's coming with the bit of your smell. Inhale.
Don't cheat. Just leave it like this.
And then taste it, confirm the taste. So you can get a smell of the spice, right? Write it down, don't tell me. If you feel it's right, write it down. Whatever you feel it is. So whatever you feel it is, write it down.
But this, even if you drink this, you get higher.
Yeah. So this is 42% alcohol. But you have to drink a lot of it to get high. Small it won't. Because you'll go up to having how much? Like if you have little, there are 7 bottles, so it should come up to, but you are trying 4 anyways. So from 4 it should come up to how much? One glass, one small glass like that, that's not enough to get you high. You need at least 4 to get you high. Okay? So now you choose one of both of them. This one has been already, you all tasted this one, okay? Okay. So I shifted the bottle from the middle to the side. Okay. Any one of these 6. This one. Okay? Careful of this one in the sense whereas the spice is concerned, because sometimes people generally mistake it for another spice. Okay. Okay, so take the and don't pass the answer. If you feel it's the answer, write it down. Whatever you feel. You're getting this. It's not an easy one. It's very commonly used, but okay.
After a few more rounds of any tasting, Joshua checked both our papers and announced the winner of this game. I'm not going to reveal who it was. Why don't you guess that on the comments? So that's how our Divar Island exploration went, and we really want to thank and recommend Soul Traveling for all the Goa travelers. They were just amazing, and special mention to Joshua, who actually took care of us so well and showed us around Divar so beautifully. After this, we directly went to Thalassa where Mithun and Shruti joined us for an amazing night. That's all for North Goa. Stay tuned for the next episodes where we will be covering South Goa in much detail. Until then, bye.